Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving Eve. Romney Smith at WTOC for The News Now. This is where we bring you updates of stories that we are working on for you right now. One interesting story that we're working on, one local county is actually seeing an uptick in preventable crimes. Meredith Parker has details.
Hi, digital friends. I'm Meredith Parker with WTOC, and I'm working on a few stories today, but one of which involves our trusty cars. Are you locking your doors at night? Because some people aren't, and we're seeing a lot of car break-ins going into the holidays. So I spoke with the Richmond Hill Police Department, and they said it takes less than a second. The lock comes with your car. Make sure you're locking up as you start buying Christmas presents and shopping and getting ready for the holiday season, because that's when they see a peak and an increase in these car break-ins at night. I've got way more details coming up on The News at 4, but for now, just lock your car.
Good advice there. Also nice and simple. So easy just to kind of just make sure you're clicking it. I know sometimes I get paranoid and I'm starting to click my car charger like 2 and 3 times to make sure it locks. That's all right. You might feel silly, but it's just to make sure all of your belongings and your vehicle are protected. And speaking of holiday safety, Harley Strickland has more on how to keep kids safe while out shopping.
We always think about Black Friday shopping, holiday shopping, leaving our purses in the buggy or the seats of our car. Police tell us over and over again to not do that and keep our personal belongings close to us. But what about your kids? What if your kid is in a crowd and they run off to a toy they're interested in and then you lose them? Well, police are warning you to take a photo of your child that day you're shopping. They said it only takes a few seconds to snap that picture so you have details about the clothing they're wearing and everything about what's on them that day so you can give an accurate description to police if they were to go missing. I'll have those tips and more coming up for you today on The News at 5.
Hi, digital
So just to lighten up
I'm
the mood today, I played a game with you guys on my Facebook page this morning called Ruin Thanksgiving in 4 words. And a lot of you got really creative. We had some great entries. Brittany Messick saying, dog licked the turkey. That'll probably be my dog tomorrow trying to do that. Marshall Hughes saying, I see a roach. I think everyone at that point would say, you know what? Sandwiches it is, or let's go out to eat at that point. You still have plenty of time to weigh in on my Facebook page, Romney Smith TV. The best and most creative answers we will put on air today in the 5:30 half an hour of our newscast. So get creative, weigh in. I am the only judge, so you can blame me or you can try to persuade me. Just get creative and make me laugh. That's all we want to know. Nothing too serious. We've had some people calling others out by name and tagging them. We don't want to start fights. WTOC is not liable for that, but we want you to have fun. So just weigh in on my page, how to ruin Thanksgiving in 4 words. Really creative entries, more than 100 so far, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Speaking of ruining Thanksgiving, I kind of learned something about my favorite Thanksgiving dessert today that I didn't know was true. Kind of devastating. Pumpkin pie is not mostly pumpkin. Let me explain. The Wall Street Journal says pumpkin pie is mostly made from squash. Libby's says it produces about 80% of canned pumpkin filling sold in the U.S., and it's made with Dickinson pumpkin, which some say is actually a squash. Well, regardless of what it is, I don't really care because I'm going to eat a huge portion of it tomorrow. Now, the FDA says it's okay to call it a pumpkin, even though it's technically a squash, because it's, quote, a golden-fleshed sweet squash or mixture such as squash and field pumpkins. That's a nice way to say your pumpkin's really a squash, but guess what? It still tastes good. So in my opinion, that means it's all good. Did you know that, though? Did you know that pumpkin was really mostly squash? I had no idea, but that's all right. All right, guys, one thing I want to get to is weather really quickly. I have it up on my iPad. This is the Futurecast, looking at what we can expect over the next few hours in case you are taking off and driving. It's going forward, and as you can see, really nothing is happening. We're not really expecting much rain. The temperatures should be pretty decent, around the lower 60s, lower to mid 50s, and it kind of gets cooler as the evening progresses. For those of you coming into town, perhaps from the north, you're thinking, oh, it feels so nice in Savannah. Meanwhile, we're all saying, oh, it's kind of chilly. It's in the 50s. It's all right. We're glad you're here and glad you're joining us. That's all we have right now, guys. Keep in mind you can always reach us online at our website, WTOC.com, as well as our social media pages. We will be on at 4 o'clock with more. We are the CBS affiliate in Savannah, Georgia. See you later.